and welcome to my lounge. Welcome to Louise's lounge, our podcast series where we'll bring you some insights into the Dubai real estate market and some interesting topics, guest attendees, and it's also an opportunity for you to meet some of our team. I would like to introduce Fintan, who is our off-plan and sales manager located in our head office in Motor City. And we have Michael, who is our Dubai branch manager located in our retail shop in Marina Gate 1. So we're looking at the market activity and the sentiment moving into 2021. So first question, what is the buyer's sentiment right at this moment?
I think buyers are excited to buy this time because prices are attractive. So
is there a lot of inquiries at the moment? How are the inquiries?
Yeah, really good. We've had month-on-month increase since October of buyer inquiries. This year started terrific.
Which is great news. Fintan, you do a completely different area to Michael, who's mostly apartments. You're in the heart of Dubai land, that has a lot of different communities, villas and smaller apartments. What is it like there? Is it strong as in the Dubai Marina?
There's a lot of different segments in there. We're dealing with end users that are looking at buying a townhouse, their first home. You're looking at entry level people being able to buy their apartment for the first time that were previously priced out of the market. So like Michael said, there's a lot of positivity there. People that have been living here for 5-10 years have never seen prices as good as they are today.
So it's mostly people living in Dubai that are actually purchasing at the moment?
For me, yes. Well, you're looking at the townhouse and villa communities that tend to be more an end user product. But having said that, some of the investors that bought me 5 years ago are reinvesting again. They've had a good experience. So we're seeing different dynamics in different segments.
Would it be 50-50? 50-50 on the end users, 50-50 on the investors?
Yeah, on the product. You're looking at, it depends on the product. If the product is an end user product, it's going to be a higher, you're looking at 80% maybe are end users.
So you just mentioned there, it depends on the product, the end user product. Michael, you're mainly in apartments. So is that generally an investor market or is it also an end user market? What are you seeing in the apartments?
It's a mix, but it is dependent on the project. So I think properties like Marina Gate, where it's more expensive.
That's a plug for our shop, I think, a little bit there, is it? Because we do have our shop in Marina Gate. Right. So we're particularly fond of Marina Gate.
Yeah, exactly. So Jumeirah 11 at Marina Gate 3, it's more expensive than the average apartment in the marina. So
who does that attract? Who's buying these more expensive when they could go out and buy a much cheaper product? And get more value for the money? Who actually buys these luxury end products?
It's a different level of quality. So people who's looking for something special, they're not looking for an ROI. So it's either people looking for a holiday home, people looking to live in it with a bit of service, concierge service, and do you mean nationalities?
No, I do think, as you say, the investors, what type of people, maybe the demographics of people, where are they coming from? Are they also coming new to Dubai? Are they current residents of Dubai? As you said, there are more people who are looking for a home for themselves. So you've got a lot of homeowners that live and reside in the Marina Gate residence, for example.
Yeah, so as handovers are happening in Marina Gate 3, there is a lot of owners using it for themselves, either full-time, they come here on business multiple times a year, so they want a base. We see that in those high-end products. And then the products that are maybe a bit older, been in the market for 10 years, more than half the price of Marina Gate 3, these are tenants who's moving from renting to owning themselves, so first time,
Okay. Is there a reason, Fintan, that there is more tenants moving across to purchasing properties, becoming homeowners? Is there anything happening in the market particularly that is allowing them to do this?
Well, I think at this time last year, we were beginning to, before lockdown, and before Corona came into our life, we were seeing the market bottom out and we were seeing in some communities prices increasing. So people were aware that this was the best opportunity in many, many years to purchase a property. This was then you had the change in the loan to value. That allowed people now to get 80% mortgage, 20% down, which now their budget increased.
But not all banks were doing that.
No, not all
Just
banks,
some banks.
but it's come back in. But
Did they
even
not all follow suit? No, just a few introduced a better product and the rest, no?
no, listen, it is competitive, and 80% is there, and even in some cases, they will get a loan for some of the fees also. So now what you're finding is people that might have been priced out of Dubai Marina previously and were moving further out, now can, with the prices low, the increase in their budget when they're a finance buyer, they can actually buy in the location that they aspire to live in.
And what's the interest rates like at the moment? We're talking about lending and people being able to afford. Are the interest rates a lot better now? So really that their repayments are lower than their monthly rental? Would it work out that way?
One of the best rates in the market is approximately 2.2 on a variable. But we're also seeing a fixed rate mortgage, 10-year fixed rate mortgage in the market. Now, I never saw that product. I think it was in Ireland 2006, 2007 that you might have seen a product like that.
Is that with a particular bank? Because I might have to remortgage. I might have to change my mortgage over.
Listen, we'll have to talk to you offline because if we give the information there, they won't talk to our in-house mortgage advisor. So we have to keep something off our.
No, absolutely. So you're both saying, regardless of your areas, yours focusing more on the Dubai Marina apartments, and obviously yourself, the villa off plan. There does seem to be a genuine demand from both end users, investors, and is there any challenge to this? Are we seeing how is the supply meeting the demand that we have at the moment? How has that been, Michael?
Yeah, demand is outstripping supply. We've had a number of disappointed buyers who were close to making an offer. Someone pipped them at the post.
Oh wow! Okay, when was the last time we saw that with buyers, sort of 2 or 3 buyers over the same property, or even more?
We sold a penthouse that had been on the market for over a year, and the buyer was putting his deposit together, about to go in, do the reservation form, and another customer came in during that 24-hour period, and that property had been on the market for over a year.
Oh, okay.
So that's a sign.
Is that a one-off? Is that a one-off, or is it happening more and more?
No, this is happening very much so in, say, 1 million to the 2 million segment. But for it to happen on a segment between 8 to 15 million penthouses, I think that shows a big change in the market. Yeah.
What about in your areas, villas? Is there fights over the villa communities?
It's a similar story. You have clients that come in to do viewings. They feel, oh, we'll wait, the price will go down a bit more. You end up selling it within a short space of time, in or around the asking price, and the client is ringing you back up 2 months later. They've done the circle, they've seen everything in the market, and they're saying, I don't see the property online. And they don't actually probably believe you at the time when you're actually telling them, being very transparent, there's genuine interest in this property.
They think you're doing a sales pitch to say there's another person out there,
and
you're
then they
actually
realise.
not.
And by the time you have that conversation, maybe 6-8 weeks after they've done the rounds, they say, do you know something, I'm going to increase my budget. Whereas had they come in straight off the bat, love the home, this is where I want to live, make an offer and try and secure it.
But that's where we need to be more urgent with the buyers and not leave it, say, 6 to 8 weeks if they really want to go round and view. But it has to be more urgent.
It depends what stage they are in their journey. Dubai is so diverse.
Yeah.
You have sometimes we're meeting clients and they think they know what they want, but in reality they don't. But something that I've noticed now is, whereas people that are end users want something vacant on transfer, I'm actually suggesting to them, look at the rental property. You can't move into it until you give your 1 year notice.
Yeah.
But there's less people fighting for the rented property. Go after that one, maybe get yourself a better deal, and give notice and prepare yourself.
Is there any upside to this? Because, buyers entering the market, it's strong, but they're fighting potentially over the good properties out there. What is the upside?
I think the upside's for the homeowner who's been looking at selling. So he's maybe considering selling over the last 1 to 2 years, prices haven't been there or the demand has not been there. So the upside is for the owner. So if someone's thinking of selling and they have a compelling reason to sell, then
Does it help with the prices? Will it help with the prices? Will we start seeing recovery in the prices? How's Dubai Hills doing?
Oh, listen, I mean,
I bought Dubai Hills March 2020, just before COVID. How am I doing?
Your timing was perfect. You know, people talk about with property and real estate.
I'm in real estate.
I know. I mean, it's just impeccable. Okay, but people always talk about location, location, location. There's another big factor in there, and it's the timing. You know, knowing the market. You know, we're saying there maybe in some segments of the market it's a seller's market. Okay, have the prices in Dubai Hills come back up to the opening price? Not yet, but compared to where they were 12 months ago, they're hitting the right direction. They're on the way up.
That's very good to hear, but there's also another upside, is there not, on the fact that people can't find the ready properties now. What is that doing for the off-plan?
It's pushing some people into off-plan, because now a project like Tilal Al Gaf launched.
Tilal Al Gaf?
Tilal Al Gaf is out the Hessa Street behind Sports City.
It's a great location.
Fantastic
I used to
location.
live in Victory Heights, and yeah, it's central to everything, right off the Hessa Street. It's just behind.
So you're on the cusp of Motor City, and Motor City, I think anyone that's gone in there over the last couple of years has probably been one community that is overlooked, and from a retail and restaurant and amenities point of view, you've got Waitrose there now.
Well, we love working in Motor City.
Fantastic now,
Yeah.
okay. So Tilal Al Gaf launched January last year and introduced townhouses with a post-handover payment plan. People didn't know about it in phase 1, they had a little bit of time to pick out the unit. Phase 2 was going quickly. Third phase launched in August. People were going away at 8:30 in the morning with deposit checks that they couldn't secure a property.
So it's sold out as well?
Elan sold out.
And that's end users that are purchasing properties for themselves? Because end users normally go after ready properties.
That one there is a mix. The investors see there's a shift in the market from apartment living to townhouses. Townhouses have the benefit of lower service fees. They can see as a result of COVID, people's lifestyles have changed, that they're working from home, homeschooling, they need that extra space. The community, they're not going to compromise on the community at all. But the next phase of Tilal Al Gaf is Harmony. That one is an end user product, because you're now talking about a 4 and 5 bed independent villa. Absolutely gorgeous.
More
product.
family homes, because
Yeah.
more people maybe want the space outside, which tends to be the sentiment in the market, that everybody was moving to villas. Everybody wanted the space and the study from home. However, Michael, who is in Dubai Marina, is that the same? Do you find all your 3 and 4 bedrooms, people are leaving them and moving into the villa? You mentioned Marina Gate, end user product. Is there other end user products where people are still looking for the 3 and the 4 bedroom properties?
Yeah, I don't see a mass exodus of people leaving apartments and moving to villas. I know there's people buying and inquiring about villas, but for us, we deal in the marina, we deal with apartments, and it's very busy just now.
Right across the board?
Right across the board, even in the higher end segments, as I said.
Is there a stronger bracket if you had to say a price range? Is there a stronger bracket of the amount of inquiries? Is it between a certain amount, would you say?
Yeah. Recently we've had a lot of 3-bed inquiries up and around this 1.5 range, up to 1.5 million.
When was the last time you could get a 3-bed in the marina for 1.5 million?
Yeah, it's been a while. JBR, a lot of buyer inquiries for JBR. Again, not a lot of availability at the moment. So if owners are looking to sell, then it's a good time.
In villas, what would be the price bracket in villas? Is there a range?
Listen, if you're looking at townhouses that have handed over this year, Serena, Arabella, your 2 beds were under $1 million this time last year, where somebody may not have had the financials to make the final payment. So it was a forced sale.
So still the lower end amounts, but we can get a bigger property.
Those prices there that sometimes buyers latch onto, they're not the real price. That is not a market price. That is the individual circumstance who needs to sell. So everyone latches onto that price. And I think that's been probably something that has held people back with aligning with the market price, because they see something that's sold at a cheaper price without actually knowing the explanation behind it.
But do you have a specific price range? Would you say it's 1 to 2 million on the apartments, similar to the villa is similar to what's on the apartments?
If we went back 6 months ago in the townhouse, we could have said in that 1 to 2. Now we're actually looking at some of these townhouses are breaking back up through the 2.
Okay.
Now if the townhouses are breaking back up into the 2, it's a rising tide lifts all. The villas will lift as well.
Yeah. Do you both believe that the high end and the low end show first when a market's changing, when a market's moving or recovering? Do you see the impact on the lower end and the higher end stock values of properties? Higher end, you see the higher end starting to move, so we still have the demand, as you say, for Marina Gate, and the lower end where people want higher ROIs. I've always felt when a market changes, more when it's recovering, that the first glimmers of that are the high end and the low end. The medium end takes a little bit longer to reach up.
I think what probably in Dubai for a long time, people are driven by ROI, okay? And now I think what they've got to really do is look at occupancy and periods of vacancy. And quality will always win out. And I think as Dubai matures as a market, the investor's mindset is going to shift towards a better quality product. In JVC at the moment, there's Oxford Boulevard being sold off plan. It's the developer's 4th project. He's waited until he's got to the 4th floor before he starts selling, so people can actually see the product.
Is this off plan?
Yeah, off plan.
Okay.
Ready.
And what price per square foot would that be?
You're looking about $875. So it's not a cheap product for JVC.
Michael, what do you think of the $875 for an off-plan Jumeirah Village product compared to your Dubai Marina?
I would say to Fintan's buyers, call me and come down into the marina if they're paying 800 a square foot on JVC.
And my reply to that would be, please do that, educate yourself, see what's in the market, and then you'll be calling me back to say, listen, how do I book Oxford Boulevard?
I like the fight and talk. It's good to see you're all passionate about your areas.
I think what's refreshing there is we're seeing a young developer on his 4th project, and he's actually future-proofing the product by integrating smart technology. So it's a beautiful...
Thinking ahead.
He's thinking ahead, so he's thinking about an exit strategy. And I think before, where investors may have gone in and looked at ROI and just looking at the here and now without looking forward, I think where they're now thinking is, when I want to exit, have I got something I can sell and hold its value?
Yeah.
Sorry Louise, there's a little bit of pressure on ROI at the moment because of how low the rents were last year. So investors coming to the market today, they're not, it's difficult to get 6% at the moment in the marina.
Well, they're looking at the fact that they can come in at a lot lower entry, that they're more gaining on their capital appreciation. Because once upon a time, villas had way more capital appreciation than apartments did because sheer lack of supply. So just going back to, you were talking a little bit there about the off-plan project. You know, I've been in the market since 2005, and when I entered the market, it was resales, it was off-plan. And then we started layering it. We started bringing off-plan with post-handover plans.
Yeah.
I believe now there is another layer to that, and it is ready, direct developer with post-handover payment plans. So you can actually, a little bit more like the UK market, where you would actually purchase a ready property. Are there projects like that now in Dubai, Michael?
Marina Gate.
Marina Gate.
I think developers offered it as an incentive to purchase their projects over a resale unit from a private seller, and I think with a bit of pressure on supply at the moment in the marina, people are starting to look at those post-handover payment plans.
Will developers start pulling them back?
Well, they already are. Marina Gate 3 are currently offering a 3-year post-handover payment plan that finishes at the end of this month. It'll go to 2 years.
I think Michael really likes Marina Gate. What about your area?
What I would say is that product that might have a 3-year post-handover payment plan is not for everyone. Not everyone can pay for a premium product over, it's ready, I get my keys in 3 years. But now we're seeing projects in Business Bay, AG Tower, ready to hand over very shortly. 7-year post-handover payment plan. Maidan, prime views, ready now, 25% down, 75% over 5 years. Come out to JVC, ready product, 10-year post-handover payment plan. So I think the one thing about buyers in the market today, some people can't avail of mortgages.
Yeah.
There's now a solution where you don't have to wait, you can get the keys. So for a lot of people before, when they were buying off plan, the big challenge for them was, I'm still having to pay rent and make payments towards a property.
Yeah.
Now, make your payment, get your keys, live in your property and pay it over 10 years.
It's so diverse to buy what it has to offer, and you can understand when people come and go, where do I start? But would you agree it all goes back to what does the client need?
Yeah.
What is their financials? What do they want out of the investment? What are their wants? And there's a bit of everything for everybody.
And the client requirements are changing. We've had clients that have walked into a shop again at Marina Gate.
Oh, another plug there.
Where'd you say?
And,
do you want to drop that in?
That's been about 5 times. So,
keep it up.
They've walked in with a 3 million budget and they've increased to 7 million and 8 million. That's happened a couple of times. I had a customer inquire about a 1.2 million property. He's now looking up to a 15 million.
Oh, we like those inquiries.
So that segment.
How do they move from 1.5 to 15? Is it just you're educating them, you're showing them more what's available to them, and then they're realising that they want to invest even more so?
It's been going up and up with them. So you show them something at 3 million and it's not satisfactory for them. So they increase again, and so you maybe show them 2 or 3 different levels and they realise what level they need to come in at to get what they want.
But that sounds then that we don't have anything good value. That sounds like they have to spend a lot to get exactly what they want.
I think
their expectations are moved.
I think those properties 5 or 6 years ago wouldn't have been 15 million, they'd have been over 20 million. So because prices have came down over the last 5 years, gives people more options.
Okay, so they're actually seeing the bargains and they're saying get in and put more money in now to maybe make it up later.
I'm seeing it with some clients that are buying even off-plan. They say, listen, I want to buy a studio, and they're saying budget is 375. Oxford Boulevard, I'm going to do a Michael on this.
It's
Oxford
like
Boulevard,
Marina Gate and Oxford Boulevard here.
Okay. I'm just catching up with you here, okay? But in there, they've come in to buy a studio, and they see the product, and when we have that conversation about, when they want to exit, who's going to buy this, they end up buying a 1-bed for maybe 675. Now that is by having that conversation with them, educating them, showing where the future supply and market will be. Similarly to, I've had clients where they've looked at a 1-bed and they've ended up buying maybe in a Cherry Woods townhouse because they never thought they could actually buy a beautiful contemporary townhouse for 1.65 million. So maybe a client that be possibly looking at a 1-bed that was about 900. They realise this gives me a little bit of time to get my money together to buy a townhouse, and all of a sudden they've jumped a couple of rungs on the ladder.
They've realised,
and they've got a home that they're only going to pay their DLD and all the costs of acquisitions once in their time. That'll do a home for 10 years.
I think what's important and what we're always saying to our agents is to get to know the client, to really delve in and be the agent to show them what they can do and what they can invest in. And likewise, it's a good time to get to know our managers as well, I think. So let's do a little couple of questions and let's get people to know you guys a little better. So, who out of Fintan and Michael, which one of you has starred on Strictly Come Dancing?
There's your answer.
Yes.
I do a very mean Charleston. That's all I'll say. I'll leave it there.
So Strictly Come Dancing, the TV show?
No, just to a mere 1,000 people for the rugby club. A fundraiser. I mean, you're so frugal, you Scottish. You wouldn't know about raising funds for charity. Okay.
What type of dancing? The
Charleston.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what? I mean, if you want to stand up, I can guide you through it.
Yeah,
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, so the dancer of the team is Fintan.
The local rugby
So
club.
this one, this next question, I think might be a little bit obvious, but which one of you was a former hair model?
Would I ever admit to that?
It was me.
It was Michael. Sorry, I think that
Can
was
you
a little bit
tell?
obvious.
No, not now.
He's
No.
kept it up.
No.
Before we shot this, I could tell pruning in the mirror over there.
I had to chase him out of the bathroom so I could look at my hair.
When he found the right bathroom.
Okay, and who represented their country in athletics?
That's easy.
Maybe this one is still obvious.
That's easy.
Yeah.
Breathe.
Fintan, will you be breathing
I'm
in?
sucking it in. Just making sure.
No, I did it in the 400 and 800 metres. I used to compete. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, well done. But how old were you?
I was from 16 to 19.
Interesting facts. We've got a very talented.
They didn't give
Team of
medals, they just
managers.
gave haggis.
Previously talented.
Haggis, big haggis, smaller haggis, smallest haggis.
His wife is also in real estate, working for a competitor.
A competitor.
Yeah.
But she doesn't work for us.
Why
Yeah.
not?
A little bit of rivalry at home does the world a good.
Keeps,
Yeah,
keeps
keeps on toes.
bit of competition.
Yeah.
And who's the vegan?
Did you say pagan or vegan?
The vegan. The accent.
Accent.
That's me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tying in there with your healthy lifestyle and beautiful hair.
Environmental.
Do you get
factors.
an extra sheen and shine off your hair because you're vegan, do you think?
I don't know. Does it have an extra sheen on it?
I don't know, maybe it's just the way you did your makeup earlier.
I love the friendly competition. And
Yeah.
the main question is, Fintan, Michael, who has the best team? Are you slow? You were
Yeah,
pretty
you.
slow.
Was it me? I thought you were quick off the mark, no? No, sorry, it was middle distance, it wasn't sprinting. It wasn't sprinting, that's right.
Thank you guys. I look forward to a
Thank
great
you.
2021
absolutely.
and we'll tune in again soon and with some more interesting insights into the market.
Thank you, Louise.
Thank
Thanks
you.
guys. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to Louise's Lounge first episode, and if you have any feedback or comments or suggestions that we can do for our next series, please do let us know, and I hope you tune in again soon.